This time on the line of the leg stump, missed out there because finally was inside the circle, run out chance, went to the wrong end.
A bit of nervousness in the middle of play, Ronaldo. Batter looking to go to the opposite end. Fielder fumbles. Just a butterfly, but another run nonetheless brings the total up to 9 for loss of 1.
You can see the plan from the Warriors. They're looking to go back of a length outside the line of the off stump, wide outside the line of the off stump to test that guideline and saying to these batters, reach for those deliveries. Here's McCarthy, short. No paw behind it from Lug. Should only be a single.
Good delivery this time around from McCarthy, not allowing the room to a Leroy Lug, who's put down 2 times in 2 overs. But we know how destructive a Leroy Lug can be. Could this be costly for the Warriors?
Fine leg has gone back, no longer inside the circle. Deep mid-wicket, long on, long off. Sweep on the cover boundary, third man inside the circle. It's gone straight, and again, that's it. Carlos Brown, again, just clearing that front leg. Always looking to open up the offside and maybe missed out. Had he looked to go straight down the ground, Carlos Brown would have been a better opportunity to get runs.
I think this was an excellent delivery on the part of Andre McCarthy. There in his space, just roll his fingers over that delivery, deceive Carlos Brown. 5 runs so far from the over.
Has to finish well. McCarthy doesn't. Almost took out the square leg umpire, Carlos Brown. It's a single, so not a bad end to the over. That's 3 gone. It's 11 for 1. Well, 1 delivery to come. There was an extra in the over, wasn't there?
But what McCarthy does very well so far in his first is variation on this wicket. It's impeccable so far. Just that first delivery when Carlos Brown backed away.
Short again to Lug, hitting down on it. And again, only a single, so not a bad over. A 4, a leg by, a couple of singles to end. Now it's 12 for 1 after 3.
And that's the 8th start so far by both teams. In what you'd say, a fantastic condition for cricket. A lot of sun, no breeze so far. Imagine the fielders on the field of play right now, the Brown, with that sunshine here at Sabina Park. Wow.
Well, it's not just the land of wood and water, is it, Jamaica? They talk about sand, sea, and sunshine. We've been getting a lot of sunshine. And just looking around Sabina Park, it can tell you that maybe it's too much sunshine. Some dark brown patches, some bare patches. But still a good surface. You will get value for your shots here. Looks to be Ryan Edwards who will be the new bowler. Left arm seamer will be bowling over the wicket to the right-handed Leroy Lug. Has to be careful here. Fine leg is inside the circle. There's mid-wicket on the fence. And for the left-hander over the wicket, will look to angle the ball across the right-handed Leroy Lug. That he does. This is hit down the ground, no paw behind it. Only a single. Maybe got away with that one, Edwards.
He certainly did. Leroy Lug find it very difficult to get his timing right on the wicket so far. Just a 5 from 10 deliveries. But knowing a Leroy Lug, how he bats, can be very, very destructive. A very attacking field set as well.
And finally has gone back to the boundary for Carlos Brown. Short delivery, top edge. Safe. 1 bounce, 4. The plan is clearly to go short to Carlos Brown. Maybe lucky, maybe skill, but it's surely a 4.
It is indeed 4 runs, and Carlos Brown won't mind. Good delivery, short. Looking to bang that ball over deep backward square. And the knockiest runs here for Carlos Brown. He won't mind. His second boundary as well.
He's the only one scoring boundaries. Again, drag this time. Should challenge the boundary. They will look for 2. They turn for the second. Is there a third? Shouldn't be. McCarthy picks up from the boundary. That one got the inner portion of the bat.
Good delivery this time from Edwards. I think Carlos Brown on this occasion looking more for power than timing, but the slowness of the wicket is doing just for the Cornwall Warriors so far.
I did say it's a touch player, Carlos Brown. Oh, talk about touch. That's brutal. Bang on the top of Kingston Cricket Club. Forget about touch. That's class.
It is class. And that's a shot of a man in terrific form. Stand and deliver. That was short. And it was dispatch, as you mentioned, Renata Brown. High and far over Kingston Cricket Club. What a shot from Carlos Brown.
Yeah, he's seeing it, Carlos Brown. Don't bowl there, Edwards. What will the response be? Does he go short? Oh, top edge chance. Who settles? He settles. He takes Samuels. This time he takes it. Wasn't ready the first time. Maybe he only wants to dismiss Carlos Brown. But a good innings. 17 from 12 deliveries, Carlos Brown. And again, Marlon Pinnock, that back of a length delivery. They are not looking to pitch up to Carlos Brown, and it works. The second wicket goes 25 for 2.
Indeed, excellent delivery. Carlos Brown was advancing down the wicket. And Ryan Headers sees the opportunity, went back of a length, cramping Carlos Brown for room. And in the event, spoon a catch. And this time around, Omar Samuels made no mistake. And the second wicket goes down for the Warriors. It is now 25 for 2.
I tell you what, when you're a youngster, your coaches will tell you that you try to take the ball at the highest point. Just in case you spill it, you would have a second opportunity. There are no seconds for Samuels because he's taking it at the lowest point.
Well, of course, this brings Jamaica and West Indies all-rounder Odin Smith to the wicket. We know how destructive Odin Smith can be. T10 format, T20 is very, very destructive.
Rain Edwards, again, full wide outside the line of the off stump. Too wide this time. And of course, we do provide behind-the-scenes coverage as well. It's all inclusive here. Edwards looking to finish strong. Bang! Oh, that is what you get. One bounce into the cover boundary. Doesn't need any time to see it. Dean Smith, he just wants to know where the ball is. A boundary to end the over. A successful over, but an expensive over. A wicket, 2 fours, a 6, 2 and 1. It's 30 for the loss of 2.
Indeed, overpitch delivery, stand and deliver from Odin Smith. His first boundary needs no second invitation. Back a punch. Great dexterity on this occasion from the right-hander. As I mentioned, the score goes up to 30.
I tell you what, after that shot, one bounce into the ropes, if you're a bowler and Odin Smith changes his bat, that's not good news for you. Because he's maybe suggesting that that bat wasn't hitting good enough.
And the power, that ball hit in the wall as well and came back on the field of play. Shows the power behind that shot.
Well, if he wasn't happy with that bat, Marlon Pinnock, I am really anxious to see what's in this one. And maybe the two most destructive players when it comes to absolute brute force that you will see in this competition. Leroy Lugg and Odin Smith.
And you're absolutely right. As Osborne Palmer, the last T20 tournament or the T10 competition, he had a fantastic competition as well with ball in hand. He was going to be bowling to Leroy Lugg, who's rather not been at his best so far at the wicket.
Not timing it, Leroy Lugg. Spin for the first time. That's banged down the ground. Well, that shows his intent straight away. He won't allow the bowler, Palmer, to settle any at all. Where do you think this one goes, Marlon Pinnock? First delivery from Dean Smith. Does he have a look?
Well,
Oh, he's gone. That's smart bowling. Pace off. Tossed up. Palmer strikes. Smith goes. No entertainment. 3 down. 31 on the board.
big delivery. Slow through the air. The variation from a Palmer was outstanding this occasion. Dean Smith wasn't having a look, as you mentioned, looking to hit that ball over a wideish long on. And Palmer got the leg stump. Big wicket for the Warriors.
It doesn't get bigger than that. Dean Smith, if he stays at the crease for any extended period, he can blow any team away. And they've now seen the back of him. Good start to the over as well. And what I love about that, Marlon Pinnock, is that he wasn't afraid to take pace off. You talk to spinners, and they will say they're afraid to get hit. So they will look to put pace on the ball, not wanting to give it flight. But that time, tossed it up, pace off, and deceived Smith.
I mentioned I was very impressed with his bowling performance the last time T10 played here at Sabina Park. He was very outstanding, and he starts on the money in 2025.
The skipper walks to the crease, Javel Glenn. We spoke about Carlos Brown getting his first regional century in the Super 50. So did Glenn.
Glenn was one to remember. He brought down in tears. Oh, my word. Such a good player.
Emotional. This is the matchup that the Royals would want. Driven, skewed off the outer portion of the bat. Only a single, though. Good aggressive fielding. The left-arm spinner to the left-hander. This is the matchup that the Royals would want. Now Palmer will be bowling to the right-handed Leroy Lugg. Hasn't gotten off. He's 6 from 11. That's a struggle. So there's a sweep on the cover boundary. Third man inside the circle. Backward point. Extra cover. Long on, long off. But there's a deep backward square and a deep mid-wicket as well. Pace off. He goes for the sweep. Has he picked the man out? No. He watches it as it sails over his head at deep backward square. Finally, Lugg connects with one. And it gives him 6.
Big shot coming in from the big Leroy Lugg on the line of a leg stump. But his timing of that shot was very impeccable. Top shot from Leroy Lugg.
I tell you what's scary about that, Marlon Pinnock. I don't think he really middled it. It's Palmer again. Dragged down this time. No run. Good response. A little bit more pace on that.
Quicker through the air.
It has to look to take Lugg wide outside the line of the off stump. It's tossed up again. Oh, it's a chance. Spurred by the keeper. Will challenge a boundary as well. Had to do better there, Allen. That was a chance. It's 4 byes. Should have had another wicket. That's 3 chances. 3 lives for Lugg. 39 for 3.
Excellent delivery. The delivery before Renato was quicker through the air. This time around, very slow. And wicketkeeper Sheridan Hallin made a mess of it. And 4 byes the result. The score now goes up to 43 for 3 at the completion of 5.
Yeah, it's a chance. It's another chance. Well, I tell you what. Leroy Lugg is maybe 6 chances away from being called a cat.
You're absolutely correct.
I don't think you would like that name. There's a change in the bowling, by the way. Next to be Odell Samuels. Went right through the wicket keeper. And beat Odell Samuels to the boundary as well. Former St. Elizabeth technical opening batter. National youth representative as well, Odell Samuels.
Well, he will start to Javel Glenn.
Off spinner. And this time pace on that delivery. Trying to dart that one into the legs of Javel Glenn. There are 2 men out on the onside. Deep backward square and mid-wicket. Full toss. It's between both. No straight to deep backward square. Only a single. There's long on as well. So there were 3 men out on the onside.
Leroy Lugg gets into strike. 2 fielders out. 3 on the onside for Lugg as well. The backward square mid-wicket and long on. Also a sweep on the cover boundary. And also long off on the boundary. So a very, very defensive and attacking field at the same time here.
Has to look to take Lugg again wide. Has to bowl wide outside the off stump. It doesn't matter. 1 bounce, 2 bounces, it to the ropes of 4. Just a little bit too full. Allowed Leroy Lugg to get to the ball. You have to take him wide outside the line of the off stump. And you have to operate at that back of a length area. Because as you saw there, he is willing to drag it from outside off. He won't be looking to go through the offside. Well-controlled shot, by the way, from Lugg. Pace on. Down towards long on. Only a single.
Last 4 deliveries to Leroy Lugg. A 6, a 4, a dot, and now a single.
And that dot delivery can be precious. How does he operate now to the left-handed Javel Glenn? So there's cover, but still 3 men out on the onside. And he's bowling. Clearly the plan is to bowl into the legs of Javel Glenn, trying to cramp him for room. Forcing him to hit straight down the ground. Which is not a bad idea.
50 comes up as well with that single to Captain Javel Glenn.
Again, pace on. Looking to dart that one. Good delivery to end the over from Odell Samuels. That's 6 done and dusted. And look at it again. Not looking to spin the ball. Marlon Pinnock just again using that guide outside the line of the off stump to force the batsman to drag that delivery. And the over comes to an end.
I think this delivery from Odell Samuel, I think Leroy Lugg should be looking to hit that ball over that long off area. The intention was to hit that ball down to a long on mid-wicket region. But a good delivery nonetheless from Odell Samuel. 6 overs completed, and it's 50 for 3.
Again, tossed up, looking to take away that hit down the ground. 1 bounce to Andre McCarthy. Blabber this time. Surprising is playing for the Cornwall team.
Very, very impressed with Palmer so far. His variation so far has been outstanding.
Let's look again. Tossed up. This is a very good delivery. I like the look of Palmer.
Into his second over, 1 for 10 so far.
He's not afraid to toss it up, not afraid to take pace off. Pace off again. This time, Lugg was waiting for it. And into the empty seats here at the George Headley stand. 2 full that time. Lugg was able to get underneath it and lifting it back down the ground. 2 close, 2 full, 2 good, Leroy Lugg.
His second maximum as well. Over pitch delivery. But what was special about the shot from Lugg, he hit through the line of that delivery.
What will the response be this time again? Looking to bowl into those legs. Only a single. The response is good. So far, what we've seen from both spinners are deliveries that are bowled into the legs, into the body of the batters. They've not managed to get them away for boundaries. Outside the line of the Austin, pace off, fetching. That would have been close to being wide.
Excellent from Palmer. Really, really good bowling from the left-arm spinner. I'm very impressed with Palmer's bowling so far in this contest.
somebody who is maybe too good at this level. This time, pace on, dot delivery, precious dot delivery. Ending the over. There's a 6 in that over, but still just 8 runs off. And he completes his 2 overs. And at the end of it, 1 for 17 from 2. He will take that all day.
And of course, the captain will take it as well. Precious 12 deliveries been bowled here by Palmer. And you look at the batters he has been bowling to. It's very, very good on the part of Palmer. Control, consistency. I'll give him an A+.
I won't go as far as A+. But definitely A. Maybe A-. But it is good bowling. His work is done. Now it's over to Samuels to continue that good work. Tossed up again, too close to log. And into the Kingston Cricket Club. He's played that shot well, Marlon Pinnock. He's played that sweep shot well.
3rd maximum to Leroy Lugg. It wasn't there. You have to fetch for that delivery, but the dexterity on that shot was very, very impressive from Lugg.
Has to pull his length back. Tossed up again. You can't bowl there. You can't bowl there to Leroy Lugg. Oh, Leroy Lugg is on a rampage now for the Royals. Samuels, what are you doing?
Well. He was 5 from 10 deliveries, Renardo Brown. Let's take a look at his score now. He is just brutal, is Leroy Lugg. Straight as a die.
Up to 36. Lugg goes again. Chance maybe taken. Goes for it again, Leroy Lugg. He had to have the measure of Samuels. McCarthy takes it. Lugg has to go. It was enterprising. And he has to go. Samuel strikes. And they lose another wicket, the Royals.
Smart bowling here from Odell Samuel. It's very slow outside the off stump, forcing Leroy Lugg to drag that ball over that long on region. You'll have a next look at the replay here. Straight down the throat. And look at that catch from Andre McCarthy. Covers ground very quickly, make it look very easy, like taking a candy from a baby. And Lugg has to go for a very, very attractive innings.
I always wonder, why would you want to take a candy from a baby? How did the baby get the candy in the first place? Why would you want to take it from the baby? But if you look at that and you compare it to the 6 that Leroy Lugg hit off the first ball, this one was just a little bit wider. Pete Salmon is the new batter, by the way. They just keep coming for the Royals. It's a slight collision there, only a single. And Marlon Pinnock, the Royals must be among the favorites to win this title. Maurice Harrow, Leroy Lugg, Carlos Brown, O'Dean Smith, Javel Glenn, Pete Salmon. How much better can it get?
Cricket, glorious game of uncertainty. Don't want to say favorite. This game
I said among the favorites. Didn't say they are. Still a lot of cricket to come. It's just the opening game of the Dream 11 Jamaica T10. Oh, being cute. Javel Glenn. And looking for 2. Glenn comes back for 2. Good running from the skipper.
Excellent cricket from Javel Glenn. This is the commitment you want to see on the field of play. Was very cute with this shot. But look at the desperity to get back at the strikers in for a second run. Great commitment from Captain Glenn.
Oh, he's probably looking to be too cute now, Javel Glenn. Umpire sends him on his way. Looking to be too innovative. The skipper has to go. He's just made 6. 5th wicket now gone. 73 for the loss of 5.
2 wickets in the over as well. And of course, 15 runs from the over as well. Very, very expensive, but 2 wickets in the end.
You would take the wickets if you're the captain. I believe if you're the captain, and Odell Samuels would say before the start of the game that I will give you 2 wickets in an over. I will give you the wicket of Leroy Lugg and Javel Glenn, but I would concede 15 runs in that over. I think the captain would take it.
Well, this brings the big police officer to the wicket. I think it's Simpson. Very, very destructive right-hander out of the parish of St. Thomas. But this time around, Omar Samuels is back from the commentary box end of the ground. And he'll be bowling to Pete Summon. It's just a run from one delivery faced.
And bowled his first over. Ooh, that was a half chance. I give the bowler credit for staying alive. I'll give him that much. He's still sighting. I will give Samuels credit for just staying alive. That was hit ferociously back to the bowler.
Well, the only reason why he got a hunt with Renaldo Brown, he was hit back to him. He couldn't do anything else.
That's the only thing he could have done. Simpson on strike, Chevron Simpson. Good delivery. Both at 1 over from the Courtney Walsh end, Samuels, and should have gotten the wicket of Leroy Lugg. By the way, would have put down Leroy Lugg in the opening over of the day. Look at it. Yeah, had he held on to that one, he will be telling his grandkids about it in years to come. Very slingy action. Nicely played. Well placed as well. Will challenge the boundary. Should be 2 at least. Simpson taking half of day to turn. They get back for 2.
Another good shot here from Chevron Simpson. Not trying to overhit it, just trying to pick that gap. He did well and got back for 2 runs. But he was struggling to get back for the 2.
I didn't think he was going to make it.
He did, but he's back on strike.
Samuels has to finish well, has to look to close out the over. Full delivery, that's a good one. You won't see many Yorker length deliveries throughout the tournament, but that's one.
Omar Samuels continues to be very, very impressive so far. In his second over, none for 4. And had a catch drop off his bowling as well. This delivery was outstanding. Full Yorker. Chevron Simpson had no clue. Excellent, excellent from the fast bowler.
I'm surprised by the field. So there's a man at gully, or maybe there are 2 points. I don't know the point. Hit down to the man at mid-off. Take some catching. Wide of him. Boundary for Simpson. Precious boundary here. McCarthy moving away to his left. Moved quickly, but not quick enough.
The first boundary of the bowling of Omar Samuels. Over pitch delivery. Not the most convincing shot by no stretch of imagination. But guess what? The Surrey Royals won't mind 4 more runs added to the total, which is up to 80 for 5.
Slow delivery. Pace off. Narrowly missed the off stump. He doesn't need to convince us. He just needs to convince the scorer that that was a boundary. A dot to end. That's 9 completed. 1 over to go. And Royals asked to bat first. All right, 80 for 5.
Excellent spell of bowling as well from Omar Samuels. Completed his spell of bowling. None for 8. Wow. Just 4 runs and over in a T10 competition. Credit must be given to Omar Samuel.
And look at the bowling. Samuels, 8 runs, 2 overs. And again, didn't pick up a wicket, but good bowling. Odell Samuels, 2 for 22 from his 2. Must be Mindley is coming back.
The man with Test experience, ODI experience at the top for West Indies is back. That's Marquino Minley.
I'm tentative to say Test experience. It's very unfortunate for Marquino Mindley. Remember a few years ago, went down to Australia, was called in as a late replacement and got injured, I believe, in his first over, only over. Wide outside the line of the off stump, wide called by umpire Forrest. And to be fair to Marquino Mindley, I remember that year in the Super 50 Cup. I believe we won, Jamaica Scorpions won the Super 50 Cup that year. My memory serves me right. He got injured in that competition, and Javel Glenn came in as a replacement player. So it wasn't that he was fit and then went to Australia and pulled up. Here he is, high on the bat. Chance, long off, settles, long off, drops it. Oh, another one goes down.
This time around, Ryan Edwards was the culprit on this occasion. Didn't have a lot of ground to cover. Got there easy in the end and still an easy chance as well. Marquino Miller's second catch drop off his bowling.
He should have had one in his opening over. Was Samuels who put it down. Here is again to Pete Salmon, final over. How did he get back to that? Long arms from Pete Salmon. It's a 4. Oh, did he get to the boundary? Looked very close to me. And didn't get there. Sloppy fielding on the boundary.
These bats nowadays, Ronaldo Brown, that ball flew off the outer portion of the bat. But those long levers of Pete Salmon, how did he get there was the question. Well, he did in the end.
Has long arms, Pete Salmon. You would see it in his bowling a little bit later on as well. I remember a final that the Royals played, that Pete Salmon and Carlos Brown had some good batting performances, leading them to victory. Again, wide outside the line of the Arsenal. No power on that one. Came off the bottom of the bat. Only a single.
I'm very, very impressed with the Cornwall Warriors bowling performance so far. Sticking to their plan. The plan is to bowl wide outside the off stump to the batters. And 6 runs from the over so far. Final over of the contest as well. Marquino Mindley will continue.
Good ball, looking for a single, should be a run out. Mindley misses. They're looking for another, are they? I don't think, having seen that throw, Marquino Mindley can convince you he came from St. Elizabeth. They produce better throws than that. There are clearly no mango trees where he came from.
He's very wide of the target, was Marquino Mindley. And another run, this time is a bye.
Mindley, again wide outside the off stump. Good bowling. Nervous moments for the Warriors. So wide to start. A couple of doubles, a single, the bye, and another single. One delivery to come. Can they get into the 90s? Can they get 93? They would need a boundary. Well, 92, they would need a boundary from here. Simpson, you have to run for that. You have to run for that. They're running now. Mindley again. Oh, he didn't take the throw. That's another single. Another bye. Ridiculous cricket. 89 they get. We will confirm that score, which means that the Cornwall Warriors will need 90 runs to win. And in this game, the sport of glorious uncertainty, they say, those 2 byes, how important will they be? We'll have to wait and see.
Indeed, 8 runs came from the final over from Marquino Mindley, who has been very, very impressed in his bowling performance. 2 overs, 1 for 9. Omar Samuels, 2 overs, none for 8. Both partnered together at the top of the bowling ranks. Both from St. Elizabeth Technical High School as well as Andre McCarthy.
Yeah, the Warriors now, Marlon Pinnock. I'll be looking at that. I shouldn't dwell on what happened in that final over. the misfields, the dropped opportunities. They'll have a turn at bat now. They will need to go at 8.9 from the start. The score is gettable. You just need a couple of good overs. Won't be easy, but you expect them to at least mount a challenge.
Yes, indeed. Pretty decent total in any T10 competition. 90 from 10 overs. That's about 9 runs and over. Marquino Miller, 2 overs, no maiden, 9 runs, 1 wicket. Omar Samuels, 2 overs, no maiden, 8 runs, no wicket.
And the wicket takers, Ryan Edwards had 1 for 18. Osborne Palmer 1 for 16. 1 for 9, Marquina Mindley. And Odell Samuels 2 for 22. And the batting, you look no further than Leroy Lugg. Got off to a slow start. We ended up with 4 sixes and a 4. Got 36 from 24 deliveries. And Carlos Brown was quite entertaining for his 17 from 11. And Odell Samuels is 2 for 22. 4 dot deliveries in that as well. And as far as the bowlers are concerned, there were 2 catches by Andre McCarthy, but Odell Samuels with the wicket of Leroy Lugg and also the wicket of Javel Glenn, 2 precious wickets, 2 in the over as well.
I think that was a turning point in the game. Had a Leroy Lugg batted out these 10 overs, it's going to be over 100, 120 runs based on how we came back in the latter stages and the back end for the Royals.
And so we await the response of the Cornwall Warriors to the Surrey Royals, the first game of the Dream 11 Jamaica T10 cricket competition right here at Sabina Park. It'll be about 16 days of non-stop action, non-stop cricket, non-stop excitement, and at the end of it, we will have a champion. Who would it be? Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe Marlon Pinnock knows, but I don't. But we have some more days to find that out, and we will be here to tell you who the champion will be. We take a break. When we come back, it will be the Cornwall Warriors' response to the Surrey Royals, who made 89 for 5, logged 37, 17 from Brown, 2 for 22 from Samuels, and now they will have to do it with a bat.
Welcome back to Sabina Park for the reply of the Royals innings. Some correction been made in the score as well. I think they need 89 for victory. 10 overs or 60 deliveries run out of Brown. 2 batters in the middle. Andre McCarthy, who has a lot of experience in T20 format, plays for Melbourne for some time as well. And Nicholson Gordon will bowl the first delivery. Start with a short delivery. Punch! Starts with a boundary is McCarthy.
Well, I tell you what, the Western Warriors won't regret signing Andre McCarthy. I was about to say which one, but you clarified. That was a super shot from Andre McCarthy. He's seeing it well. And Andre McCarthy is rated as one of the better ODI batters, or limited overs batters, 50 over batters in the region. Has been doing it for the Jamaican team for years.
Excellent delivery. Beaten outside the off stump. Slow delivery from Nicholson Gordon. Top delivery.
And Nicholson Gordon generally gets the ball to move off the pitch. And he'll be looking to take Andre McCarthy outside, wide outside the line of the off stump. You look at the field, there's maybe a short third man inside the circle. There's a slip. I want to call it a fly slip. Backward point, cover mid-off. The men on the offside.
This one is driven out to mid-off. The chance for a run out. Oh, a hit was needed by Odin Smith. Andre McCarthy was nowhere in the frame. Suicidal running between the wickets here.
He challenged the arm of Odin Smith. Not the greatest of ideas. Had that been a direct hit, I reckon it would be curtains for Andre McCarthy. But he survives. And they will need that, Marlon Pinnock. They will need to put pressure on the fielders. They might need to take risky singles. What they don't want is a lot of dot deliveries.
5 without loss, the total. And Nicholson Gordon. Slow delivery. And wide spotted by umpire Desmond Williams. Just a bit too wide there from Nicholson Gordon.
Yeah, we spoke about the makeup of the Royals team, the amount of power at the top through Harrow, Doug, Odin Smith, and even Javel Glenn, the touch player being Carlos Brown. And you look through this Cornwall Warriors team, they'll have to play proper cricket shots to get runs.
Good delivery. Now this is a type of bowling and Nicholson Gordon tends to possess in this T20 format cricket. Very, very skillful with ball in hand. And no surprise, that delivery was outstanding. A run nonetheless. Score now is up to 7.
I always get into arguments about Nicholson Gordon because a lot of time I believe his ability to break partnerships mask his inconsistent bowling and him conceding runs, and I'll explain in a bit.
This one is punched nicely by McCarthy. But excellent feeling. Seemed to be Captain Glenn as well at mid-off, diving away to his left. Great commitment this time from Glenn.
I was about to say stronger size, but he's right-handed, isn't he? Bats left-handed. But in assessing Nicholson Gordon, he will go for runs, Nicholson Gordon, but he just has a knack of breaking partnerships and picking up crucial wickets.
Oh, lovely shot over that backward point region. Work to be done by Francis. He just got there in time, thinking about a third. Disappointed Andre McCarthy. I think that was a third run. But great commitment on the deep backward point boundary by Ramon Francis. It's also a no ball spotted by umpire Desmond Williams. So a free hit as well. I think McCarthy wanted a free hit, Renato.
Yeah, no, they're looking and they're thinking that we should have gone for 3. Craig Walters should have. This was good work on the boundary from Ryan Francis. Very quick to get around. Andre McCarthy was keen on coming back for the third. Field can't change. This is interesting.
A good delivery. Excellent delivery. Full delivery on the line of leg stump. I think Walters could have done a better job there, Renato.
I believe Walters is shaping up for the deliveries wide outside the line of the off stump. He's looking to score through the offside. And because of that, it's almost as if he's eliminated the onside as taking it out of his game. Had he looked to maybe clip that one through mid-wicket, it could have been a better option. But he's backing away and just looking to open up the offside. And again, we saw this from Odell Samuels when he bowled, trying to dart the ball into the legs of who was then Javel Glenn. And that time it was the same for Nicholson Gordon.
Well, what is same here is Pete Summon being introduced into the attack. And what we know about Pete Summon is very good bowling the new ball. In 2-day, in 4-day, in limited overs, in T20, in T10. And no second invitation by Javel Glenn decided to start with the off spinner in Pete Summon. This one is tugged down to long on area or the intimate settlers. Did he get there, Ronaldo Brown, is the question.
Yeah, barely. I reckon that it's always difficult because he's running back to ball, so the ball is coming over his right shoulder. Always difficult. Ball falling into, well, not no man's land, but safely. Third man will be in action here.
Scoop, McCarthy, impeccable. Just came across his wicket and paddled that ball over that fine leg region. Top shot by the experienced McCarthy.
And what I like about that shot from Andre McCarthy, he sized up the field quite early. He knew where the fielders were, knew that fine leg was inside the circle, knew that Pete Salmon would be getting bounced, so just shuffled over to the offside and was able to play that shot.
And this is even better. This is even beautiful. That's going all the way for 6.
Yeah, poor bowling from Pete Salmon. It's a similar delivery. Clearly, Andre McCarthy is targeting that fine leg region. So he's moving over early as we look back at it. Look at his early movements. A big jump over the offside and just helping it on his way. That was poor bowling. Do they make the adjustment? Do they put fine leg back? No, the field remains.
And that was just great batting from McCarthy. Another short delivery. And the result is 4 more runs short, begging to be hit. And did Andre McCarthy oblige? 15 runs from the over so far, and 14 goes to McCarthy.
I don't think this is wise from Pete Salmon. He's now coming round the wicket. Clearly, he's looking to angle the ball across the right-hander. We haven't seen 3 bad balls. It's 1 ball we've seen 3 times.
And McCarthy rushes up to 20 from 7 deliveries. Another delivery. Punch out to backward point. There's chance for a run out. A loud appeal. Umpire Desmond Williams not interested, but excellent work from Carlos Brown coming in from backward point. Another run to the total. Make that 28 without loss. And McCarthy goes up to 21 from 8.
That is what you talk about when you say trusting your partner. Good early call. Didn't hesitate that time, Craig Waters, and made his ground easily. And you could see Pete Salmon trying to cramp Andre McCarthy for room. It worked that time.
This one is on the line of the leg stump once more. But this time it was to Walters. Hit him in his pad and there's no run, and that completes the second. It is 28 without loss.
So there's 16 runs from that over, and maybe should have been 20. Had that final delivery been bowled to Andre McCarthy, I reckon it would have been a boundary as well, because it was so similar to the previous deliveries from Pete Salmon. I don't understand bowling round the wicket to McCarthy, 21 from 8, striking at 262. And Craig Waters, 5 from 5. I couldn't understand that from Pete Salmon, but he got over the over, got out of the over with a dot to end a single before that. But a good start for the Cornwall Warriors team.
And of course, Corey Campbell has replaced Nicholson Gordon from this, the Courtney Walsh end of the ground. A very, very stylish cricketer. Tends to emulate Mitchell Stark as well. A committed cricketer. I think he recently made his CPL debut a few months ago as well. He will start to Andre McCarthy. Starts with a good delivery. And he's right in the face of the veteran McCarthy.
And two Melbourne teammates, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Kari Campbell, they've debuted for the St. Lucia Kings. It's a delivery pitching outside the line of the Austin, catching McCarthy on the hip. Maybe went through the shot a little bit too early, or maybe anticipated the ball to bounce a little bit more. Made his debut with the St. Lucia Kings and won the CPL with the St. Lucia Kings.
I think he was bowling in the nets, and Darren Sammy, West Indies coach, saw him. Short delivery, another short delivery. Whoa, whoa. Pace, heat. Operating here at Sabina Park. Kari Campbell is on a roll. Bang in the face of Andre McCarthy once more.
We spoke about Andre McCarthy and Kari Campbell being club mates, which means that he would know more about Andre McCarthy than a lot of other persons or anybody else. And if you know anything about Andre McCarthy, you'd know that he struggled with the short deliveries. We saw it when he played for the Jamaica Talawas team in the CPL. I actually saw Odin Smith bowling from that Courtney Walsh end in a training session one day, pinging Andre McCarthy on the helmet in the nets for the Jamaica Talawas. So they would know that when it comes to the short delivery, Andre McCarthy doesn't play it that well. And Kari Campbell that time directing that delivery to the head of Andre McCarthy. Well executed. And now he has to follow that up with a dismissal. You spoke about Kari Campbell. Was bowling in the nets when the South Africans came here to Jamaica, I believe before the T20 World Cup. And Darren Sammy saw him in the nets, had a look at him, liked him. And they drafted him for the St. Lucia Kings and won the Caribbean Premier League with the St. Lucia Kings. Were making their second final. There was another Jamaican in the St. Lucia Kings team that played in the final, their first final. Do you know who that is?
This one is punch out to me down off here. It's all happening on the field of play here in the Brown.
That should have been a single. And I tell you what, that final was made famous for maybe one instance. It was a final against the Trinbago Knight Riders that the St. Lucia Kings lost. I think they were the St. Lucia Zooks at the time.
This one nicely guided down to third man. And look at the urgency, the running between the wickets from the Royals has been very, very good. Well, this occasion, the big Leroy Lugg reduced the Warriors to a single.
And talking about St. Lucia Kings, Jamaicans who would have played for the St. Lucia Kings, Leroy Lugg is another one, would have played for the St. Lucia Kings. John Campbell played for the St. Lucia Kings.
Javel Glenn as well.
So he gets the name. It is in fact Javel Glenn, who played in that final with the St. Lucia Kings when they lost to the Trinbago Knight Riders.
Slow delivery, tugged down to mid-on. Just landing short of Pete Summon. And went the other way, but another run. Score now goes up to 30. 30 without loss in over number 3. And the impressive Kari Campbell continues to bowl well here at Savannah Park.
Yeah, has to hit his marks. And when it is that you've caught the eyes of the West Indies at the time would have been limited overs coach, soon to be the all-format coach, you must be doing something well. We don't have a lot of left-arm seamers in the region.
Body line delivery. Cramping McCarthy for room. And a magnificent over has come to an end from Kari Campbell. Just the 6 runs came from it. I think 3 runs came from it, my bad. And score now 31 without loss.
Yeah, 3 runs coming from it. I believe only 2 will be accredited to Kari Campbell. So his first over going for 2 runs. The other run would be a leg by. and pinged Andre McCarthy on the helmet in that over. I reckon he'll be talking to him about it for days to come, maybe years to come. Karen Campbell 1 over 2 runs. Sweet dot delivers in that as well. Pete Salmon is 1 over, costing 16 runs. It was just some bad bowling. Andre McCarthy got 15 out of those 16 runs from the over.
And this means Odin Smith is a new bowler from the commentary box end as well.
I did say I saw Dean Smith pinging Andre McCarthy on the helmet. They were both playing for the, I believe it would have been the Jamaica Tallawahs. I will check.
Nicely clipped towards the backward square. Ryan Francis, 35 years of age, does well on this occasion. Livingston batters to a run.
I'm trying to remember if it was in fact the Jamaica Tallawahs or maybe just a Jamaica training session here at Sabina Park, but I can't remember in fact. Carty was giving a lot of lip surface to Smith.
Short delivery this time to Walters, not handled properly, but in the end should be a run. It is indeed another run, so 2 singles, 2 deliveries so far in over number 4.
What do you reckon? Does he go short here or Dean Smith?
Well, if you look at the field placement, Andre McCarthy tends to back away. And there's a third man on the boundary. Also extra cover on the onside, a long leg and a deep backward square. This time it turns smartly. Should be thinking about a second.
Suicide. Oh, the throw was poor. The throw was poor. Well judged in the end, you can say that, but needed a better throw. Looks to be Griffith coming off the boundary there.
I think Andre McCarthy realized it was Griffiths and not the quickest of fielders on the park. Hence, he decided to take a second. But had Griffiths got a better throw, it would be curtains for McCarthy. 2 more runs to his total. 35 without loss, and McCarthy goes up to 25. And Walters is on 7. 35-run partnership so far. First start here from the Warriors.
They're in the ascendancy, no doubt about it. And it's about them keeping their foot on the neck of this Cornwall Warriors team. They were here very early, Cornwall Warriors, rather the keeping their foot on the neck of the Sir Royals team. And if you were to think which team would have come out on top here early this morning, you would have said the Cornwall Warriors, because they were here early. A couple of the Royals players just strolled in after hours.
There you go about the short pitch delivery. And umpire Ryan Forrest signals a no ball, and that means a free hit coming in for Andre McCarthy. And you look at the field. This is a free hit coming up. Good delivery, slow on the line of the leg stump. McCarthy only spoon it down to a long off or long on for another run. 38 now without loss. Decent over so far from Odin Smith. Just conceded 7 runs from 4 deliveries. Down the leg side again. Second wide delivering the over so far. Been bowled by Smith. Well, this is a slow delivery. Deceive the batter and also deceive wicketkeeper Maurice Harrow as well. And should be, is it a leg by? No signal coming in from the umpire. So that means it's an edge for a run. And the score now up to 39. Should be 40 now. 40 without loss. Just 1 delivery remaining in over number 4. Excellent from the Warriors so far.
Yeah, 50 to get from 37 deliveries, 10 wickets in hand. They are in the driver's seat. But where do they steer this match? We don't know just yet.
What McCarthy steers this one down to a wideish third man for his 27th run. And also 41 without loss at the completion of over number 4. And a steady Andre McCarthy in the middle so far. As I mentioned, very experienced player, plays at the highest level for West Indies as well. Been around CPL, been around the Scorpions, been around Melbourne cricket for some time, and also a past student of Homewood Technical High School. Plays West Indies under 19, so a player with a lot of experience, a lot of class, and the class has been shown in the middle so far for the Warriors.
Yeah, it's definitely 27 from 18. And look at that, and you think that a lot will rest on Andre McCarthy. They've gotten off to the start that they would have dreamt of. Campbell over the wicket, and left arm seamer to the right-handed McCarthy. There's almost a long leg in place, and a deep mid-wicket as well. So no deep backward square, which suggests that they reckon the pull shot is not Andre McCarthy's strongest suit, or maybe his strength. Well, there'll be a change in bowling. There will be a change in bowling, by the way. Late decision.
Well, this is Captain Javal Glenn making this adjustment as well. Andre McCarthy tends to score very quickly when it comes on to T10, T20 cricket. A touch player who has a array of shots. Has a good cricketing brain as well. But with Ryan Francis being introduced into the attack, the left arm spinner to the right-handed McCarthy, this would be a sure challenge for McCarthy, who loves to score freely. But if you look at the field here right now, the Brown, there's a short third, there's backward point, there's a man at point, there's also a sweeper on the cover, boundary cover, and also long off, long on, deep mid-wicket, and also a short fine leg in place as well. So a pack offside field set for Francis. Well, oh my word! He starts with a good delivery. McCarthy was back into away, looking to pierce, and that offside field edge found. And wicket keeper Maris Harrow had it in his hands, and then somewhere, somehow, it got out 2-3, have it, and then at the last second just dropped out of his hands. Could this be costly? Well set, McCarthy, given a life.
That was the wicket that they needed. Francis would have delivered it, but no help from the keeper.
He hits the ball low to cover Corey Campbell. It's 2-2. 2 catches dropped off Andre McCarthy in 2 deliveries from Ryan Francis. He can't be a happy campaigner.
Well, clearly, the contest now is who can drop more opportunities. At the moment, the Cornwall Warriors, they're leading, but the Royals aren't far behind. That, again, should have been taken. He got to it, got 2 hands to it as well.
Indeed. Well, Walters hits this ball high in the air. 3-3 now. Well, this time Pete Salmon took a wonderful running catch, and the luck has been broken. 3 is dead right now, the Brown. And so far, what we have seen now, Pete Salmon clearly sent Craig Walters on his way, caught off the bowling of Francis. He goes for 8. And the Warriors lost their first. It is 42 for the loss of 1.
Well, clearly only Craig Walters felt that no catches would be taken today. He decided that Andre McCarthy did it twice. Why can't I? And ladies and gentlemen, this is the perfect example of the Jamaican saying, puss and dog don't have the same luck.
Now guess what? The 2 players with the same name are at the wicket at the same time. Andre McCarthy and Andre McCarthy.
Works out well for the commentator, doesn't it?
Yeah, indeed. There's no error in commentating about Andre McCarthy.
And not only their names are the same, but I reckon because you couldn't have 2 number 9s or 2 number 8s, you have 1 8, 1 9.
So the senior man is in number 8 and the junior McCarthy is in number 9. And Andre McCarthy Jr. is a past student of St. Elizabeth Technical High School, while Andre McCarthy Sr. is from Homewood Technical High School. Both technical players as well.
It's the school, isn't it?
Indeed. First delivery. He cracks this one out to backward point is Andre McCarthy of St. Elizabeth.
Tell you what, I wouldn't want to be a scorer right now. Because if you're not sure who is who, and you ask who is on strike, you will get Andre McCarthy.
You're absolutely correct. Oh, my word. Top shot. A shot of a thirst, a bullet from a gun from Andre McCarthy Sr. He goes across the off stump and hits that ball towards the mid-wicket region. And guess what? Nicholson Garden has about 5 meters to move to his right. That didn't stand a chance. Boundary to McCarthy.
Which one? Was a good shot there from the man they call Blabber. That's a shot he plays very well, the sweep shot. And got it in front of square, which says that he's seeing it very early.
Well, he cuts this one. Work to be done by Griffiths. He does well, but can't prevent another second run. You could see the cat and mouse game being played here. McCarthy went across the off stump before Ryan Francis had delivered the delivery. He went wide of the wicket, followed McCarthy. Good over comes to an end. A wicket.
Well, I tell you what, you would never guess what I'm about to say.
I know you always have something to say, though.
Mid-pitch, Andre McCarthy is talking to Andre McCarthy.
Wow, special feeling. Andre McCarthy 8 and Andre McCarthy 9 meeting mid-pitch.
I wonder if it feels like talking to yourself.
And of course, it's caused some chaos as well in the scoring arena.
Yeah, I reckon somebody somewhere is scrambling to find a Andre McCarthy.
Well, Griffiths has been introduced into the attack. 2 left-arm spinners operating at the moment to 2 right-handers. 2 McCarthys.
Here's what's cruel about cricket. Griffith has not had the best of days in the field. And you reckon if you go off that, it's likely that he won't have the best of times with the ball either. But let's see.
What I know about Daniel Griffiths, he tends to vary his pace, and he can be very, very effective in this T20 format.
He will have to be deceptive as well. Now they've packed that offside field. It's almost a double point as well, along with third man who is inside the circle.
There you go, short pitch delivery in the wicket, very slow. But McCarthy managed to get it out to the mid-wicket region. That's a junior Andre McCarthy out of St. Elizabeth. And he goes up to 2 from 3 deliveries. Brings the senior McCarthy back in strike, who's on 34. Punch nicely, elegantly out to long off this time from the senior McCarthy.
I'll tell you what. Here's the danger with that field. What I know about Andre McCarthy Sr., as you call him, is that he does play that backfoot lofted shot over cover as well.
And 50 comes up as well in quick time. And guess what? The 50 comes up with another boundary. His first. A.A. McCarthy this time around, not Andre McCarthy, but A.A. McCarthy gets his first. He's up to 6 from 4. And of course, it is 55 for the loss of 1.
You can call him Andre Action McCarthy after that shot.
This one is punch. I think Daniel Griffiths should have done better there. Big fellow to his stronger side, but couldn't prevent another run. The score now is up to 56.
Big man to another big man. I can tell you it's not easy to get down quickly.
Meat, drinks, and butter for senior McCarthy, who tugs this one out of Sabina Park. It was short. It was begging to be hit. Easy pickings for the veteran, who goes up to 41 from 24 deliveries. And the score now is up to 62 for 1.
On the cusp of seeing the first half century of the tournament from Andre Blabber McCarthy. This was a good shot, a really good shot. Got away with a few of them, I feel. Daniel Griffith, a couple short deliveries that weren't put away this time. Waited on the back foot, Andre Blabber McCarthy, and dispatched it onto the grass banks here at Sabina Park. He's raced up to 41 from 24, striking at 170. And Andre Action McCarthy, and from St. Elizabeth, he's not out on 7 from 5. 62 for 1 in pursuit of 89 runs for victory.
What Andre Blabber McCarthy does well, Ronaldo, use the depth of the crease, tends to shimmy forward, and when it is short, he latched onto it in quick time. Francis will continue his second. Action McCarthy punches one out to the sweeper on the cover of boundary. Seemed to be Corey Campbell.
And what coaches will tell you, Marlon Pinnock, you know this better than I do because you played at a much higher level, is that to the spinner, you always look to get on the front foot. So it's almost that forward press on the ball of your foot that if it's short, you're able to push off that front foot and get back quickly.
Well, McCarthy pushes and pushes the score up to 69 and pushes them up to 47. Class we're witnessing here at Sabina Park from Andre Blabber McCarthy.
It's experience, isn't it? He's working the crease, he's having the bowler thinking, and he's executing his shots to the tee, Andre McCarthy.
Last two deliveries to him, to maximum as well. This one is short, he's back, he's Blabber McCarthy, and punches down to deep backward point. I know Dean Smith does well, but wicketkeeper Morris Harrow just having some difficulties behind the wicket, and now the score is up to 70.
I tell you what, the bats sound different as well. You can hear the senior bat as opposed to the junior bat. They're pinging out of the middle of Andre Blabber McCarthy's bat.
Action McCarthy gets this one out to the sweeper on the cover boundary. So into the 20s now remaining for victory for the Cornwall Warriors.
48 or 49.
Looking for the similar result. Just misses on through to wicketkeeper Harrow, who collects cleanly this time. But just about 19 runs to get for the Warriors. They are in total command with 9 wickets in hand. And Blabber backs away, cracks it. That's a magnificent shot. A shot of a 30. Great dexterity from the right-hander. And he brings up the first half century of the 2025 Dream 11 Jamaica Cricket Association T10 competition. Congratulations, Andre Blabber McCarthy.
Well deserved. 5 fours, 3 sixes in that knock. 28 deliveries. He's up to 52. And it's just seniority showing for Andre McCarthy. Would have had his indifferences with previous coaches of the Jamaica Scorpions team. But no doubt he's a class. Whenever he's on it, whenever it's his day, he's a class act.
And we have seen today here at Sabina Park in the opening game of this 2025 Dream 11 T10 competition, all class. You mentioned 6 fours in that knock from a McCarthy. You look at those shots, Renard Brown. You look back a few years ago when Andre McCarthy was in full flight. But now you look at McCarthy at the age of 39. Wow. Very, very difficult for him to come back.
Difficult but not impossible. I remember Adam Voges for Australia made his test debut very late as well. West Indies won't forget him because he maybe averaged 400 against the West Indies. Adam Voges as maybe the oldest player for Australia, definitely for Australia, to make his debut. So he's not debuting. He's not out of the question because the Jamaica Scorpions team, for instance, is searching for consistent players, and to add a senior player to it, I don't think it's out of the question.
Well, Corey Campbell. Oh, short delivery. No ball spotted by the umpire. That's Ryan Forrest. So over pitch delivery Over. That delivery was very quick in the wicket as well. Very, very high. And umpire Ryan Forrest arm wide out, signaling a no ball and also a free hit as well. Could this be precious runs for Action McCarthy?
Maybe a concession from Corey Campbell and the Royals team, not really caring about the no ball. And only a single off a free hit, so not worse of Corey Campbell still in the ear of A.A. McCarthy. And you missed, they actually went almost forward to forward earlier. A bit of gamesmanship from Corey Campbell.
That's typical Corey Campbell. Once he's on the field of play, you're going to know that he's on the field of play. Very enthused, very passionate about the game. And of course, he'll be bowling to Andre Blabber McCarthy on this occasion, who's well set on 52. This one is steering out to backward point. This time he's cramped for room on this occasion. But still, I think McCarthy just looking to just pierce that gap.
Yeah, I like the aggression from Corey Campbell. But it also has to be backed up by sensible bowling and has to be backed up by wickets and pressure.
There's a ring on the offside as well, pack offside field. And he goes down the leg side. I didn't think wicketkeeper Myers Harrow had to dive. He just dived, no skipping across.
One for the cameras, the highlight reel.
This time around, Corey Campbell just trying a bit too hard. Into his second none for 5. And Captain Javal Glenn just going across, issuing some words of advice as well. It's good to see Glenn getting in the game as well. A game that is really going away from them.
It's almost as if the writing is on the wall. They want 12 from the last, 16 deliveries, maybe 15 deliveries, 10 wickets in hand. Well, 9 wickets in hand. It's how quickly do they get these runs? And again, we had a conversation off air before the start of the game about the makeup of these teams. And it's so good to see the Cornwall Warriors with someone like Andre Blabber McCarthy in their lineup.
He's caught behind. So Corey Campbell strikes. Is it a little too late here? But a big wicket of Andre Blabber McCarthy goes for 52. Caught by wicketkeeper Myers Harrow. And he has to go for a well-played half-century. Let's look at the replay here again. Smart delivery. I think McCarthy just looking to get that ball wide of the wicketkeeper. In the end, straight to wicketkeeper Myers Harrow, who took an easy catch. And a well-played half-century from Andre Blabber McCarthy has come to an end, courtesy of Corey Campbell getting into the act. His first wicket of the 2025 season, a big wicket as well. His former teammate, Andre Blabber McCarthy, goes for 52. And they score now 78 for 2.
Yeah, he did his job. And some. Andre McCarthy gave the team a solid start. Got them on track for victory. I've gotten them close to victory. Now it's for the remainder of the team to take the remainder of the batters to take the team across the line. But that is what you want. In this competition, you want one of your opening batters to bat deep and to get runs. And to the Royals' disappointment, that someone like Luck got up to 36 and just didn't carry on. And there was no real support.
This brings Froome to the wicket as well. Former St. Elizabeth Technical High School cricketer who gets a good delivery.
And Michael Froome would have been from Westmoreland. He's from Westmoreland. Played for St. Elizabeth. I believe came to Melbourne Cricket Club for a bit as well, probably still at Melbourne Cricket Club, but playing for the Western team. Just want to say good afternoon to the first Vice President of the Jamaica Cricket Association, Mr. Fritz Harris as well. I'm pretty sure that you will hear from him throughout the tournament about all the plans that the JCA have for 2025 and beyond.
Pretty sure you'll hear from Carl Campbell on and off the field of play once he's around. Short delivery, cramping room for room. And a successful over has come to an end for Carl Campbell. Picks up the wicket of Andre Blabber McCarthy for 52. And hear his voice on the field of play. It is now 76 for the loss of 2.
Yeah, Michael Frew, I said before, was a part of that West Indies under-19 team that won the competition, the ICC Under-19 World Cup in 2016. Shahid Crooks, another player from Westmoreland, from St. Elizabeth Technical as well, would have been a part of that setup. And if any disappointment was that none of them really pushed on to get into the Jamaica senior team. Shahid Crooks at one stage was considering, leaving cricket. I reckon that has been accomplished now. But good to see Michael Frew still continuing. Hasn't gotten to where he was, but have played for the University of the West Indies as well in the Senior Cup competition.
I think he's doing more bowling than batting nowadays, Renato.
He was probably known a lot for that. Was that maybe a genuine all-round at the schoolboy level, which most of us feel that we are anyway.
Well,
expected him to push on.
Well, Odin Smith is back from the Cornwall end. This is his second and final over as well. And as I mentioned, he will be bowling to Froome. Well, he's hit high in the air. Keeper settles. And keeper takes the catch. Another wicket goes down. Is this a changing point in the game? 79 over 3.
And again, it brings the importance of that knock from Andre McCarthy. Maybe ill-advised from Michael Frew. That delivery was back of a length, pace on. Could have looked to run it down to maybe a third-man region to get off strike. And it calls now for sensible cricket. You look at the crawl at the bottom of your screen. 11 runs needed from 11 deliveries. So it's a runner ball. A boundary can change that drastically. So even if you face 3 dot deliveries and you get a boundary, it will still come down to 7 from 7. You'd want to try to close it out before the final over. But at the same time, wickets would lead to new batters coming to the crease, and they are still dot deliveries. And you don't want that. There's Andre McCarthy at the crease. He's 10 from 9. Just look to get off strike. Just look to get a single. The more set batters at the other end, try to get him on strike.
Well, the new batter is Sheridan Allen, a former Manchester High School pass student as well. He was very, very dominant in schoolboy cricket. But since then, we haven't heard much about Sheridan Allen. He's very destructive, though, Renard Brown. But you look at the field placement, there's a deep backward square, a mid-wicket, and also a long leg on the boundary, on the onside. Short delivery to start. What is happening on the field of play? A dot delivery nonetheless. Odin Smith, not a happy campaigner. Wicketkeeper Myers Harrow held on to the ball. Maybe he's not accustomed to T10 and T20 cricket.
Yes, maybe not. Maybe not. Cool heads need to prevail here.
Another good delivery. Variation is very good from Odin Smith. It's good to see Odin Smith getting some slow deliveries in. And Sheridan Allen was deceived.
Yeah, here's the thing. You can eliminate one delivery from Odin Smith, the short ball.
He's thinking about a second Carlos Brown, the ever-present Carlos Brown, is quickly off the third man boundaries, covers ground very quickly, and to prevent any possible chance of a second.
So here's the situation. You're only allowed one short delivery per over. Dean Smith already bowled that short delivery, so he can't bowl short again. So you're looking for that delivery. You can't be anticipating that he will bowl short. Mind you, can bowl a legal delivery to stick you up. But just look to get off strike. That time, Allen was actually looking to get a single and to get off strike. The other times, he was looking to back away and to bang the ball to the boundary. Get the set bat on strike.
You're absolutely correct, Mr. Brown. Just a run from the over so far. 2 deliveries remaining. It's going to go down to the final over, Ronaldo. Pack a punch. Shot of class. Shot of authority from Andre, ever-present McCarthy. Over extra cover. The dexterity on that shot was outstanding. Look at that shot. I would like to see this on the replay. Top shot from McCarthy.
If you have a batter, ladies and gentlemen, who can play shots like this in pressure situations against an international player, why is he off strike for 3 deliveries?
That is a shot to remember. Let's see the response. Badly line delivery and wide spotted by umpire Desmond Williams. Another extra to the total. Brings the total closer to victory for the Cornwall Warriors, who finished, I think, second to last season. Big improvement if they should win this game. Tony Track goes. The ever-present McCarthy goes through to the wicket keeper. And the over has come to an end. 8 runs came from it. And 2 runs for victory for the Cornwall Warriors.
Yeah, they're in touching distance now. Will be the final over. Just 2 runs to get. And it shows you how important a boundary is. As we look at the bowlers here, the successful bowlers, Kari Campbell, 1 for 6 from 2 overs. Dean Smith, 1 for 18 from his 2. And Ryan Francis picked up a wicket for 21 runs from his 2. Who do you go to? Do you go to Nicholson Gordon? Do you go to Pete Salmon? Nicholson Gordon will be the man they give the ball. I spoke earlier that Nicholson Gordon, what happens is that he masks bad spells with crucial wickets. And so you talk about him being quite lucky to get wickets. He do pick up wickets, but he can go for runs. Hat-trick here.
I think this is the stage for Nicholson Gordon. This is where he can be very, very effective and vital if the Surrey Royals are to come out chumps. Not an easy task, but a task that can be delivered by Nicholson Gordon.
Yeah, they're 2 runs away. The defending champions, the Surrey Kings, they're up next.
Well, the first delivery has been squeezed away down to third man, and victory for the Cornwall Warriors, who finished second to last season. First game of the 2025 season. They come up chumps over Surrey Royals. Your thoughts on the game, overall game, Ronaldo Brown?
Yeah, clinical from the Cornwall Warriors. And you talk about a game being won before a ball being bowled or a ball being kicked. And it's maybe this one. And I'm not outing the players here as we look back at it. A thick outside edge that beat third man to the boundary. But the Cornwall Warriors team, they were here early. They got their warm-ups in. They got to knock a couple into the wall. The Surrey Royals team, they came in groups. Some of them came late. They didn't have an opportunity to warm up as a team. They didn't have an opportunity to go through their pre-game rituals as a team. and it may be carried over into the game, the Warriors did well. The Warriors did well, led by 52 from Andre McCarthy, of course. And they will look at this bowling card. Apart from Corey Campbell, is 1 for 6. And Dean Smith, who picked up that wicket, 1 for 18. Ryan Francis, 2 for 21, not good enough. Pete Salmon, 1 over for 16, not good enough. Nicholson Gordon is 1.1 overs. They have to do better. And these are senior players. Nicholson Gordon, Pete Salmon, Corey Campbell, Dean Smith, and international players. Those top 4, they will have to do better with the ball if Surrey Royals are to win this tournament. It's only the first game, by the way. But a lot will rest on those 4 bowlers. But take nothing away from the Cornwall Warriors team and Andre Blabber McCarthy. They played well.
Indeed. Excellent game of cricket from the Warriors. They came early, as I mentioned. They put preparation in very early, and the execution on the day was outstanding, led by the experienced Andre Blabber McCarthy. The first half century of the season, the first game for him, and credit must be given to the Warriors.
Yeah, lots of credit to the Cornwall Warriors. And for the Surrey Royals, 9 extras, not bad, but a humbling defeat for them. We will only hope that the kind of professionalism that is needed gets better and is displayed from game to game, but I reckon they will be among the top teams contending for a spot in the semi-final or the final. So it's just about getting the first game out of the way. It's a defeat to start. And they will know now what they need to improve on. But good to see from the Cornwall Warriors that they are indeed Warriors.
Indeed, and this is where the cricket lies in Jamaica as well. It's good to see T10 cricket being played, schoolboy cricket. So lots of cricket being played. I still need to see more cricket being played here at Jamaica. Beautiful Sabina Park. Just a shot of Sabina Park. Used for test cricket a few months ago as well. West Indies and Bangladesh played in a tour here at Sabina Park. So we're back shortly in about 20 minutes for the start of the second game of the day. United Stars will play this afternoon. So Marlon Pinnock and Ronaldo Brown will sign out for the next 25 minutes or so for the second game.